At the end of the presentation, this woman, Bethany Goldcrow, I'll always remember, walks up to me and she says, Darren, she says, I work with the New England Recruiters Association. I'm a member, and I'm in the conference committee. I would like to invite you to speak at our conference coming up. How much do you charge? Charge? I didn't know which way the money was going. I didn't know. I really didn't. And at that time in comedy, I was getting $50 a set, $50 a set. And that was like huge, huge. But I just started hearing in the corporate world, they pay a lot more. A lot more. A lot more. So I'm calculating in my head as fast as I can. In these few seconds after she asked me, I'm calculating. I looked her dead in the eye and I said, 75. Her face went flush, and I'm thinking, 65, 65. I thought I was getting greedy. Turns out the comedian who did the presentation the year before is a friend of mine, and I found out they paid him $1,000. Folks, it does not matter where you are or what your dreams of being a professional speaker are. Start. Start. I get paid a lot for a 1-hour keynote speech. More than I would have ever dreamed I could make in a month. I get paid for a 1-hour speech. Not tonight. And I don't say that to brag. I'm saying because I want you to see the journey, where I started and where I went. And I'm far from done. But I want you to see where I started. It was $75. If it was $1,000, I would have panicked. I would have peed right there. I mean, let's be honest. It was my first time outside of my comfort zone. It was outside of Toastmasters, outside of a comedy club. And it was 45 minutes compared to 7. So 75 was $1 million to me. I want you to know where I started. Now let me fast forward. So I studied, I worked, I studied, I worked. I competed in a speech contest in 1998. And I did not make it past the division level. In fact, I came in second to someone who used other people's material. And I knew that. But I did not have the guts to say anything. I didn't have the self-confidence. Anyone else ever feel that way? And you don't speak. Speak! But my lesson is not that. My lesson is the fact that I was mad at Toastmasters. I was mad that nobody else said anything. When it's not necessarily their responsibility, it's all on me. And I vowed I would never compete again. And unbeknownst to me, Toastmasters went on without me. Yeah, they actually had a contest the next year. But sincerely, I had a lot of growing up to do myself, and I did. And my mentor said, Darren, it's not about writing a new speech. They said it's taking what you have and making it so good, someone will pay for it. Stop writing new speeches. Start perfecting the ones you care about. That's what we should be working on. So let me fast forward now. It's 2001. I still had a day job. I was getting paid a decent amount for a keynote speech, but I didn't have enough of them in a row to quit my day job. And I was fortunate enough to win the world championship. I went back to my day job, and that was August 25th, 2001. You all know what happened 2 weeks later, September 11th. A wake-up call for every single one of us. I still could not quit my day job because I was scared. I didn't have enough income. The next month, David McElhaney, who was one of my 2 speaker coaches, past district governor, past district winner, was the only person in the audience in the World Championship who jumped higher than I did when I won. Because it was a dream to him. To me, it was taking a speech I was already working on and forcing myself to work harder on it. So it really wasn't a dream. But it was for him, and he had a piece of that. Well, 2 weeks after September 11th, he had an aneurysm and died. And his family asked me to do the eulogy at his funeral. And what do you say about a guy who gave you the most magical moment of your life? And it made me think about me, and then what am I giving up on him and his dream? But I still didn't quit. And I've been saying for 4 years, I'm going to quit in January, I'm going to quit in January, I'm going to quit in January. And I had worked at Bose for 11 years, my day job, my quote-unquote waiter job as I pursued my goal. And a fellow Toastmaster came up to me, his name is Brad Kramer, and he said, Darren, he said, when are you going to quit Bose? I said, well, I can't, you know, Bose is my safety net. You know, I get my benefits and I get my check every week, and, you know, it's my safety net. Brad looked me dead in the eye and he said, Darren, it's not your safety net. He said, it's your drag net. What's your drag net? What are you allowing to stop you from getting where you want to go? Brad was right. I walked in the next day at Bose and I gave a 1-day notice. Cleaned out all my desk. My friends asked, they said, Darren, what can we do to help? I said, save me a place at the dinner table. Because I literally did not know if I'd have enough money to eat. But I quit my job and I've never ever looked back. And at that time I had my self-published book out. And when people hear about, you know, winning the world championship, everyone thinks you have an instant career and you make tons of money. No, you get more calls for free speeches than ever before in your life. So I used that leverage and thought, okay, I will speak anywhere and everywhere, twice a day, 3 times a day, to be able to replace my income. And that's what I did. And I am here and I give my time back because if I died tomorrow, I have no regrets. I get to do what I love to do for a living. And Toastmasters is the place that allowed me to make mistakes and grow while I pursued the dream. So that's why I dedicate my time, and that's why I give time back, because I love this. Toastmasters is my family. And I want to thank our district governor for being the coolest. Margaret, our international director, thank you for doing all the business visits. I got to do the fun visits. But it's all important. But my main message to you is that there are people in your club that need your encouragement. Don't you dare let anybody in your club, it's the best way to build your membership, encourage them. Say something. If you see someone stressed, pull them aside. Because there is a Darren LaCroix in your club. And maybe they go on to be a professional and help people. Maybe they don't. But people need your help. We need each other. So one more round of applause for everybody in leadership. Thank you. Thank you.